Hello, and another very warm welcome to the Thought for the Week. The date at the top is the 23rd of March 2026, and we're talking about managing money for the second time. This is about good debt and bad debt, and a thought on gambling. How are you getting on with drawing up your budget and keeping track of expenses? I have an Excel file on my computer named My Money. It now runs from July 2014 until this month. Before 2014, we didn't have cloud storage, so those files are lost. There were more. Get into that habit now, and it will serve you for the rest of your life. Remember, avoid short-term disaster and build long-term success. Right, picking up where we ended last week. We ended on a reference to debt, and let's start there. Often in life, we need or want things for which we don't have the money, at least not at that moment. One option is to borrow, to go into debt. It solves the immediate problem, but it may make it worse in the long run. Handle with care. In the first place, not all debt is bad. A student loan, for example, is an investment in your future. Your education is the foundation on which you will build your career, which will give you a return on that investment. A car loan may enable you to earn an income. A house loan may be cheaper than paying rent. But every loan costs money. On a student loan, you will have to pay interest and fees every month while studying. And when you finish your studies, you have to pay back the capital as well as interest. Be very clear what you are signing up for. All South Africa's major banks have clear information with examples on their websites. Do your homework before making a decision. So that was long-term debt, or debt for long-term investment planning. Making debt for immediate expenses, however, is the road to disaster. Take, for example, a clothing account. Not only will you have to pay interest, but you will pay a monthly fee simply for having the account, and that can vary between 15 and 68 rand. There's a website with great information. You can find the link in the text on your phone. And in many cases, you will also pay an initiation fee when you open the account. Clothes to the value of 1,000 rand can cost almost a third more by the time you have paid it off 6 months later. And in the meantime, if you can't keep up the payments, you may find yourself with a bad credit score, making it very hard to get a loan for a car or a house in future. And then, by the time the loan is paid off, the clothes have lost their shine already. It's not worth it. Many shops have a lay-by system where you pay a small amount up front and pay what you can every month until the item is paid off, and that's interest-free, and then you can take it home. That's a good idea, but it's even better to open a savings account separate from your day-to-day account and save the money for yourself. That way, you will earn some interest instead of paying it to someone else. You will earn some interest even if the amounts are small. If you manage to start saving now, or even just put your emergency money in that account, you will be astonished to see how much interest you can actually earn. The bottom line is stay away from short-term debt. It is expensive and it becomes a trap. An even bigger trap is gambling, especially online gambling. Do not even think about it. I don't often preach directly in these newsletters, but I really want to say, as if I was your mother or your elder brother, do not even think about it. Do not for one moment believe the advertising promises of easy wins. It's absolute nonsense. Gross gambling revenue, so-called GGR, which is the money operators keep after paying out winnings, was 75 billion rand in the financial year 24-25. representing a year-on-year increase of 26%. They make money because you lose it. Furthermore, gambling is more addictive than drugs because it's always available. It's on your phone 24 hours of every day. 31% of active gamblers in South Africa struggle with a loss of control over their gambling behavior. That means that 3 out of every 10 people who start get hooked. Almost 2,000 young adults between 18 and 35 called the Responsible Gambling Foundation's helpline in the financial year 24-25. They seek help for financial problems, legal problems, and alcohol abuse. That's a destructive interwoven spiral that can ruin your life before you've started it. For more information, there's a link to an article that Daily Maverick did. Very, very good. Lots of information. Starting to gamble is to play with fire on very thin ice. Do not do it. And let me repeat, do not believe the advertising about easy money. Betting companies exist to make money. Your money. Next week, we'll try and convince you to move to the other end of the responsibility scale and start to save now, immediately, even if it's a small amount. Have you ever met Winnie the Pooh and Pooh Bear? Saving is a very good idea, they would have said. Happy studying and be careful with your money. From the grad team. Remember to forward and share.